Imagine thinking you could slip through the cracks unnoticed, only to find out the entire world had eyes on you all along. Well, that's exactly what happened to these dumb thieves who thought no one could see them stealing. So from daring robberies to unbelievable escapes, join me as in today's video, I reveal stories of 34 thieves who thought they were invisible. Number 1. Professional robbery. This guy in the peach shirt is having a blast as he's enjoying some drinks with his colleagues.
An unsuspecting reveler was having a drink with colleagues.
He gets up to take a quick call, and on his return to the table, you can even see him pull out some dance moves. But he isn't going to be dancing for long, as some professional robbers have spotted his laptop bag hung on the back of his seat.
However, soon after Muganda sits, a woman in a spotted dress leaves the pub and seemingly makes a call.
One guy stands right behind as a woman approaches from nearby and joins him. It seems like they're exchanging numbers when a third man comes out of the bar and pretends that he's trying to squeeze through behind them, only to grab the laptop bag and go back to the bar. It's a super clean robbery, and even though this team of professional robbers got caught on camera, they were actually invisible, since no one around them had the slightest clue of what was going on. Number 2. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Watch as this thief snoops around, stealing everything he can get his hands on just before Christmas. It's true, people. The Grinch is real, and he goes around breaking into random houses to steal all your Christmas presents. Anyway, even though this guy thinks no one can catch him, what he doesn't know is that there's a camera watching his every move. And the most hilarious part about this clip is how he poses for it, exposing himself to millions on the internet. Number 3. Sneaky thieves steal a mobile phone. Teamwork is dreamwork, ladies and gentlemen. If you ask me, I think the whole thing looks suspicious from the start, because why in the world are there 4 people looking at one phone? One of the thieves keeps the shopkeeper busy as another pulls off a daring steal, sneaking behind the counter and stealing a couple of phones off the rack. And again, while this gang of thieves was caught by the security cam, the shopkeeper had no idea what hit him. But yeah, you can tell how he senses something is wrong immediately after these guys leave the store. After looking around for a bit, he finally realizes they've stolen a phone, but I think it's too late now. Number 4. Smooth operator, the lady in the pink is a pro. As she rushes to the counter, she unzips the victim's bag and makes it seem like it was her body that hit the bag. She then pretends to talk to the shopkeeper as one hand snoops around in the woman's purse, digging for something valuable. From the looks of it, it does seem like the victim is a bit suspicious, but I'm not sure why she doesn't check her bag. The thief then proceeds to pay the shopkeeper and dips out of there like nothing even happened. Number 5. Getting away with $200K. How do people not see this coming? I mean, are these thieves really invisible?
Whoever stole luxury cars off a dealership lot in East Charlotte.
It's that easy to steal $200K in luxury vehicles? These guys wiped an entire showroom clear in less than 20 seconds as they literally drove through glass windows to get away.
Police report shows the people stole 3 vehicles worth a combined $200,000.
But I'm sure these guys eventually got caught because the cars probably had trackers. Number 6. Caught in the broad daylight. I'm not sure about everyone else, but I'm sure these thieves thought they were invisible since they tried to steal this car's side mirrors in broad daylight. One guy hops off the bike as the other looks out for trouble as soon as the side mirrors are off. They attempt to speed away, but unfortunately for them, this is just the start to their problems. Out comes the homeowner, who knocks them off the bike and drags them inside his house. I'm sure they probably got a good beating as well before being handed over to the cops. Number 7. Not so slick. I'm not sure if this footage is legit, but either way, it's hilarious watching this not-so-slick thief get caught red-handed. The dude probably thought he was invisible and no one would catch him in the act, but there's a security camera pointed right at him. Anyway, the victim appears to be working on his bike when this guy spots his wallet sticking out of his back pocket. He looks around to make sure the coast is clear and then takes it out, only to find the security camera pointed right at him. Knowing he's been caught red-handed, the thief drops the wallet on the road and pretends to be a good Samaritan, telling the man how he must have dropped his wallet. Number 8. Heartless bike thieves. These guys probably have to be the most useless thieves ever. This clip is from back when the world was going through COVID-19 and these thieves are stealing NHS workers' bikes. I mean, how low do you have to go to do something like that? And even though you can't see their faces in this clip, the original footage actually helped police arrest them. At least wear a mask or something, man. I mean, these dumb thieves give the phrase "out of sight, out of mind" a literal meaning. Number 9. Dressed to impress. This nicely dressed gentleman is not actually the victim in this clip. Believe it or not, he's actually the thief who's too smart for his own good. I mean, he walks right into a hotel thinking there's going to be no cameras on him. He goes right in and begins to steal the laptops, putting them in his bag, one by one. He steals a total of 3 laptops, which is kind of odd since I thought he'd go big. But yeah, he walks in thinking he's the boss and walks out in a similar fashion as well. His only mistake, though, is getting caught red-handed on camera. Number 10. Another attempt in broad daylight. I honestly have no clue what bro is thinking here. I mean, it's literally the middle of the day, and everyone can see him. He seems pretty innocent at first, riding behind this vehicle, but it's soon clear that he's up to no good. As soon as the car comes to a stop, he rushes off his bike and tries to unscrew the bike off the stand. Watching him panic is so satisfying, and when the car finally takes off, the way he sprints back to his bike defeated is hilarious. Plus, along with all the people on the road who saw him trying to steal the bike, his face is literally over the internet now. Number 11. Innocent shopkeeper. I feel sad for this shopkeeper. This guy is invading her personal space, making her feel uncomfortable as the other guy helps steal phones off the rack. He pretends to show her something by getting up close and personal as he grabs some phones off the rack and hands them to his partner. His partner is stuffing the phones in the bag, and if you ask me, I think the young lady knows what's going on. But she's just too afraid to retaliate. Maybe the fact that she was unaware of this situation actually saved her, because it was a 2 versus 1 situation anyway. But yeah, I'm sure karma is on the way since these guys have been caught red-handed on camera. Number 12. Literally invisible. These 2 boys are the literal definition of invisible thieves. They are using an angle grinder to cut through bike locks in the middle of the street with hundreds of people walking around them. And one thing that really pisses me off is how no one is even trying to make an effort to stop them, like it would only take 5 to 10 people to scare them off. But nope. I guess stealing things is cool now because everyone is okay with it happening. Number 13. TSA agents in the act. How dumb do you have to be to get caught like this? These guys are TSA agents who probably know of every camera in the building, but they still got caught. I'm thinking because they were TSA agents, they probably thought they were invisible, but that clearly wasn't the case since both of them are behind bars now. I can't help but wonder now, does this happen at every single airport out there? Number 14. Clearly not a professional. Watching this guy steal from a jewelry store is just hilarious. If his body language wasn't enough, he literally scans the entire shop and fails to notice the camera that's right on him. He's trying to steal a bracelet from under the glass, but he needs to do it quickly with so many customers and staff nearby. And remember what I said about his body language? I mean, just look how nervous he is. And when he finally scoots over and grabs the prize, he panics as a customer comes up right behind him. He quickly conceals the item before he's off on his way, thinking he just struck gold. Well, buddy, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but your face is all over the internet. Number 15, all that effort for a can of Red Bull. This lady does so much for a Red Bull. I mean, at this point, I think the shopkeeper should have just given it to her. She strolls around the entire store pretending to look for something before finally grabbing a can of Red Bull. The cashier sees her, so she needs to come up with another plan as he puts down the can to grab a loaf of bread. Just as she's about to pay for it, she pretends to ask the cashier for something and goes around the store again, searching for absolutely nothing. She then circles back to the Red Bull can and quickly stuffs it in her purse before exiting the store. What she doesn't know is that the shopkeeper was on her the entire time, and he even follows her out with his phone, trying to get a clear recording of the car's number plate. Judging from how there's no number plate, I'm sure this isn't the first can of Red Bull she's stolen. Number 16. Mission Impossible. It's obvious these dumb thieves did no research before trying to hit this house. They're climbing over an incredibly difficult and well-protected gate, which could end up causing some serious damage if any of them slip. And once they've climbed over it, they're crouching to avoid getting seen in the video. Did they not see the security camera? They look so stupid, trying not to be seen, when there's a camera right above them watching their every move. And I'm not sure what happens since the original footage doesn't have any sound. But it might just be a warning or something, considering how they all panic to get out. Two of the thieves are forced to leap off the gate, while one almost gets stuck on the sharp tip of the security fence. Number 17. Bike thief. Imagine putting in so much effort to rob a bike. A getaway ride pulls up in the background as this kid picks up the bike and runs away. I'm sure he thought no one saw him, but this is just one angle you're seeing. It was later found that several cameras throughout this neighborhood had clear footage of his face and the plate number. It wouldn't have taken authorities long after that to throw this thief behind bars. Number 18. Dumbest criminal ever. Behold, folks, the dumbest criminal in the world. He enters the store and takes off his mask. That's the one thing you weren't supposed to do, bud. What was this fool even thinking? And what's even more funny is watching him try to put it back on after realizing what a dumb mistake he made. He walks back towards the door and puts his balaclava back on, thinking he's once again invisible. Number 19. Mad for not being able to steal. This guy pulls up to an empty backyard looking to steal something, but when he finds out the door is locked, he gets mad and flips off the owner for it. Just think about that for a second. He's mad at the owner for not letting him steal anything from his backyard. Anyway, the owner later shared how the thief also threw large rocks at the surveillance system around the house out of frustration. But karma never misses. This guy was later identified and jailed for his actions. Number 20. Was he really invisible? How did this guy not get caught? Footage shows a man lingering around a security truck with buckets of gold in the back. Yep, you heard that right. Buckets of gold, and this guy just grabs one and takes off without anyone noticing. It's such a busy street, and this guy is running with a literal bucket of gold worth a whopping $1.6 million. And want to hear the interesting bit? The police later shared that he never got caught and fled the area with all the gold. Number 21. A thief and a liar. This dude walked up to this bike like it was his own, and kudos to the homeowner for installing such a high-quality camera. This guy's face could not have been any clearer in the footage, and when the homeowner finally got him identified, this thief turned out to be a liar as well. As per the homeowner's statement, this thief had the audacity to say someone let him have it when that clearly wasn't the case. Number 22. Smartest guy ever. This footage just keeps getting wilder and wilder. Just look at this fool. He's trying to steal a security camera. I think this dude, for real, thinks he's invisible or something. Another angle also shows him trying to rip out the security camera, but just as he's walking away, the homeowner comes running out, chasing away the dumb thief. Number 23. At least look around. This guy should have looked around. Who in the world would leave a business unattended? And watching this guy hop from window to window is just hilarious. He's making sure the coast is clear before he finally decides to slither through one of the windows and get to the counter. He opens up the tray thinking it'll have money in it, but there's nothing but documents. I think he just grabs the first thing he can find then before running out of the store. Number 24. Caught red-handed at a bakery. Is it just me, or are these thieves starting to get more daring? This guy literally enters a bakery and doesn't even bother looking around or anything. He goes straight to the cash counter and starts to take out some money. I think one of the staff members heard him and rushed to the counter, catching him red-handed in the act. He's forced to return the money and leave the store. Honestly, if you ask me, he's super lucky they didn't report him to the police. Number 25. Dancing thief. The judge is going to love this one. This thief breaks into a building, and to celebrate his success, he literally starts dancing. Yape. This dumb thief doesn't know there's a camera recording his award-winning performance as he dances mid-robbery. Thanks to the recording, the thief was arrested shortly after, and I'm sure the dance performance was considered during his sentencing. Number 26. Another thief repents on camera. It seems like an ordinary ATM queue, but the guy standing at the bank is actually a thief who has his eye on this man's wallet. He skillfully pulls out the wallet and looks around to make sure no one sees him, and that's when he spots the CCTV camera. Realizing there's no other way to get out of this, he throws the wallet on the floor and pats the man in front, telling him how he must have dropped it. The funniest part is when he apologizes to the camera for this outrageous act. Number 27. That's gotta hurt. You know how invisible people can go through walls and stuff? Well, I think this guy got a bit too carried away when he thought this robbery was going to be nothing but a piece of cake. He snatches a purse, and as he's running towards the exit, he fails to spot the glass panel and runs right through it. It's an instant knockout as he kisses the ground hard. A good Samaritan grabs him and makes sure he can't get away as the cops are on the way. Number 28. Dumbest thief ever. How dumb do you have to be to rob something from a police station? I mean, can this guy even read? It says police station on the window, but this dumb thief still thinks it's a good idea to steal the bike. He's working with the lock, trying to cut it loose so he can speed away with the bike, but that's exactly when an officer shows up and shuts it all down. Number 29. Everyone, can you see, bro? I would really like to understand what this guy was even thinking, to be honest. He climbs a roof and then tries to hop it to escape from the cops, but when he realizes that it isn't going to work, he picks another route. I'm not sure what it is. It seems like an electrical wire. But anyway, this dumb thief starts crossing it like it's a zip line, and at one point, he's just a few feet above the cops. What are you even thinking, bro? Everyone can see where you're going. Watching him finally fall right on the cops is just hilarious. Number 30. Clever kids. Watch as these clever kids enter a tech shop and get to work right away. They distract the shopkeeper as one of the younger girls spots a nice-looking laptop on display. She keeps her eyes peeled as she grabs the laptop and quickly slips it into her bag without the shopkeeper noticing. I must say, It's a pretty neat idea since there are so many people available for distractions. But like all the other thieves in this video, these guys weren't so slick after all, as the CCTV footage picked it all up. Number 31. Terror in the streets. This clip isn't for the faint-hearted. It shows a man outside a shop dropping something off when he's rushed by an entire gang of thieves. One member puts him in a chokehold while the others search his pockets and steal his belongings. And the fact that these thieves are okay with doing something like this in the middle of the day with so many people around just proves that these guys really think they're invisible. Number 32. The goofiest robber ever. I don't know how to feel about this one. I'm happy his face is all over the internet, but at the same time, he stole $30,000 worth of property. As soon as he enters the store, he pulls out a pistol and has the barber put everyone's phone inside a bag. If you look closely, it almost seems as if he's on drugs because he's just so sloppy with the gun. I'm glad no one got hurt though, and as for the thief, he'll be behind bars soon, considering there's a clear recording of his face. Number 33. Worst way to get caught. This slick thief was going through an unattended truck when he struck gold and found a smartphone. After securing the loot, he hops on his motorcycle and speeds away with his prize. However, the truck driver sees everything, and just as the thief is speeding away on his bike, the driver gets in the way and throws a flying kick at him. The thief is rocked and falls with his face slamming the concrete hard. I must admit, I haven't seen anything as impressive as this. Number 34. Biggest fail ever. This probably has to be the biggest fail I've ever seen. Imagine doing everything so perfectly and almost getting away. This thief was holding up a convenience store, and midway through the robbery, he remembers he didn't even put on his mask. Yep. The CCTV footage captures it all as he quickly pulls down his mask as if his face already hasn't been exposed. The best part about it is he got caught in like 4 different angles. Anyway, that's it for today's video, folks. So, what do you think? Which theft surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more interesting content in the future.